Cat, what's good, girl? Zilla, Kevin, Mr. Kevin. Unmute, brother.
Come on, man. I'm
Hey.
using my name, man. I might as well turn my camera on.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen,
my name, man.
Let me give a disclaimer, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, let me give a disclaimer for our next and final guest. This is gonna be our final guest tonight, y'all. I've talked to a lot of different. I talked to a lot of people. There's gonna be. Let me give a disclaimer, ladies and gentlemen. If y'all go on this man's profile, this man is he's very niche with his content. You know, as a woman, you might agree with some things that he says. You might disagree with a lot that he says. I just want, like everyone else that I bring up here, ladies and gentlemen, they are speaking for themselves. Their thoughts and opinions are only theirs. It is not of the host. Okay, so because some of y'all, he might say some things, and y'all might want to request and come up here. I'm sorry, y'all. This is my last guest of the night. Like I said, Friday evening, we gonna be back, and we gonna be back to our regularly scheduled program. But I just want to give y'all a heads up, because some of y'all in the comments might be mad at some of the things that he's saying. I'm just giving y'all a warning. And put the eye emojis. Zilla, what you think about Villa? Go off, bro. What you think about the video? Anything you've heard here? Because you've heard a lot of different women say a lot of things. You've heard me say things. What do you think about everything that you've heard, Zilla?
You know, the video, it's funny that women will always take the standpoint of making sure the woman is not looked at as in a bad light. It's like, oh, you shouldn't have posted it, and we don't know what happened before. Like, what the roles reversed? Y'all don't want to know the backstory. He shouldn't have been. You know what I mean? If that man's hitting himself in the face, ain't no woman gonna say, well, we don't know what you did to him to make him punch himself in the face. They're gonna automatically say he's crazy. She should get away from him. I'm fearing for her. That man say, you know. So it's always funny to hear women have this non-biased type of take on things like that. You know, and talk about like, you look at the whole situation where domestic violence is domestic violence. Why is it that when a man is abused, women act like oblivious to the effects of that? Like, oh, well, men should report it. Really? So if a man reports every time he's abused, you as a woman, are you going to look at this man while he's crying in your arms? Oh, baby. Oh, or just even a man you want to date. If this man's constantly crying and telling you about his abuse,
he's not going to be seen as masculine to you
at all. She's not going to look at him and say, well, I would date him. She's going to be like, man, he crying a lot and he got some emotional problems. And the funny thing is,
he a bitch.
Yeah, us as men, we are not allowed to have emotions at all. Like, women will say we want you to have emotions, but they want you to teeter it at some point. Like, okay, let me chill because you didn't went too far. You know,
right.
And they'll say, I want my man for all this, for all that. Our women are not themselves. They know damn well they don't want no man that's sitting and pouring his heart out to you about situations that really don't have no control. How many times does a man have to deal with a woman that got trauma and issues from a past relationship? We're supposed to be like, oh, you know what, baby, it's okay. You're going to be fine. You got it. You're a strong woman.
Shoulder to cry on, etc. Listen to you pour your heart out, like you said, all that.
As soon as I come over there crying, oh, you know, the glass girl, she did me wrong and all this. As soon as I leave, she on the phone with her homegirl. Girl, he came over here crying. I don't know. It's the last time he coming over. Like, come on, man. Bro, and then they get up here and talk. And then the one girl, somebody said black women are protective of black men. That has got to be the most false statement I've ever heard. Black women are protective of the black men they love in their life. They are not protective of black men in general. Because if that was the case, black women wouldn't get on this platform and talk negative about black men. And when black women who are protective of black men, they would be in the comments saying, hey, you need to talk about the men you deal with. You need to talk about the men that created trauma for you. How often do you see that in those videos? None.
Dilla, brother, I literally I don't know if he was here when I was talking to Sultry, Hotline, and Will. I was like, yo, I was asking them, what does healing mean, Will? Because what I see healing to be is a lot, especially in our community. I said, I don't see any other ethnicity or nationalities on this. Is a lot, especially in our community. I said, I don't see any other ethnicity or nationalities on this platform having whole trauma bonding sessions. That's what I call them. It's not healing. Yeah. When you're just bashing right. Men or you're bashing women, I don't see any other of these other people having trauma bonding sessions. Instead of y'all looking in the mirror and saying, hey, this is what I wasn't doing in my relationship to make it healthier and more beneficial for us. This is what I did / was doing that contributed to the end of our relationship. It's
Right.
we gonna focus on what he or she did and not, take any accountability for what we did. It's very interesting to me.
It is. It's almost disheartening in a way because we supposed to be people that's all trying to find love and find the partners for each other, but you don't often see people helping each other in our community in general. We make our own money. Somebody asks you how you make your money, they don't even tell you. Hey, you got to figure it out on your own. But if we look at it, and then I heard a woman say, "Why don't men report it?" And why? And the statistics are wrong because how many rapes go unnoticed by society because women don't report it? So those numbers about rapes is right? No, because how many women never bring it up? You learn about trauma long before, years, 20 years later, a woman finally has confidence. So you want a man to come out and say, "Oh, I had this abuse going on," and then they say, "Well, men, as long as us men keep coming out, we'll make it where it's empowering for us." It's never going to be empowering for us. There's never going to be a time where men can come out and say, "Women are beating me. I'm in a relationship with this woman and she's punching me in the face. She's throwing food on me, spending my money, taking my car, living in my house, have men in and out of my house, cheating on me. My girl be cheating on me all the time." Ain't no woman gonna be like, "Oh, I want him."
But Zilla, that's my whole Zilla. That's why I asked him. I said, bro, y'all want to talk about these numbers and statistics and stuff. That's why I've been asking all these women, Zilla. I said, do you think that most of the men, especially in our community, do you think that a lot of them even report the domestic violence and abuse that they experience at the hands of the woman? And this is what I said, Zilla. I said, Zilla, don't let them have a child with that woman. Don't let them have one child. Forget children. Zilla, if you have a daughter, if you
Right.
call authority on your child's mother, nobody's gonna be looking at you, whether you in the right or wrong. Especially women. Woman's not gonna be looking at you like you did something honorable,
Yeah.
even if you was in the right.
Let me address that because when you said that, see, the funny thing is, when as a man, if I call the police on a woman, the first thing her family and other people say, "Why'd you call the police? Did you have to call the police? Couldn't y'all have figured it out on your own? Couldn't you just walked away? Couldn't you have just left? You're a man." Versus me putting my hands on her doing something, she called the police on me. Well, he should have kept his hands to himself. He ain't have called up, let him deal with the consequences. Never mind that kid being without the father and going to jail and this protection of black men that they keep talking about. Never mind that, right? We can call the police when you get to. So if we protect it, we protect it, regardless from your harm and my harm. I'm not
Right.
ever as a man. The way I can hold myself accountable is never to put my hands on a woman, which I won't, because I'm going to jail. If I put my hands on you, you're probably gonna be half alive. Because if it comes to that, you feel me? If I'm gonna put my hands on you, so for me, it's like, don't be abusive, don't create trauma, and be the best man I can be. That's all I can do to get away from the narratives around around black men. And if every other black man takes that solitude and does the same thing, now that narrative shifts to just these men. I just hate when everybody, sees something where a woman is doing something out of character and automatically is, "Well, we don't know what happened, and why is he recording, and he must have seen it multiple times." Not the fact that this woman needs mental health. She has some issues. Not the fact she's beating her head on the ground. Not the fact that she's doing this and screaming and having a whole episode in front of this man. Had he not done that and the police came and seen all his marks on him, he goes to jail. He never did nothing to her. He goes to jail, gets murdered in jail. You know what I'm saying? He in jail for 24 hours. Somebody that crazy, schizophrenic, stabbed this man to death. He in jail, lost his life behind some bullshit that this woman just did. But hey, we didn't know the facts. We didn't know the facts. We don't know what happened. We know the backstory. The backstory means nothing when we can see the cause and effect right now. So when all the women talking that shit, I was like, that makes no sense. She's still acting. She's still
Zilla,
acting in a way
that's why I'm asking him the
harmful
questions,
to. It's not only harmful to herself; it's harmful to him. He let him not record. Every other variable in life can happen. They can come there, shoot that man dead, shoot her dead, anything. The police are trigger happy. So let's stop with the whole let's get the backstory, trauma. It must have happened before. It doesn't matter. This woman is a grown ass woman. Just like she can sit there. If she got some mental health problem, take your ass to a psychiatrist or something. Shouldn't be hitting your head on the ground. I don't care how much you love a person. You gotta be able, as a man, you gotta be able to walk away from a person like that. Like you say, you got multiple videos up. That's the only fault. The only fault he has is continuing to entertain that shit because it could cost him his life or his freedom.
Yep.
That's why I leave it alone personally.
But Zilla, this is what I said though. I said because I've had different conversations on here. I asked one. I had a live where I was just asking a woman like, "Yo, why do y'all stay in abusive relationships, Zilla?" And what they were telling me was that, you know, when you're dealing with a narcissist, when you're dealing with a manipulator and all this other stuff, being in love, da 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 da, you know, he'll make you feel like, you can't be anything or do anything without him. So what I flipped it on him, Zilla. I said, well, what if it's a situation where the woman is a narcissist and, you know, she's the manipulator? What if this guy in this video, Zilla, what if he loves this woman so much that, you know, despite how crazy she is and stuff, he loves her so much and she's trying to help her? Then what? Why is that never why is that never talked about? Why is it always like most of the time the man is the narcissist and he's the one that's, you know, making the woman feel a certain type of way? It's just interesting.
When it comes to women, they're looking at it from one lens. They're looking at it as this woman's having an episode. What did he do to trigger it? And how long has this been going on? Versus this woman's having an episode. She's clearly crazy. That man should get out of there. You know, us as men, we looking at it like it's two different perspectives, and it depends on if you've been through trauma, you have it. You know, like you said, he could love her and he can want what's best for her. I don't know why he's recording and then posting it. That's beyond me. But if he's trying to help her, the first thing to do is remove yourself. And if that person really loves you, they'll stop doing the things that they're doing to push you away.
Right.
In an way. But since we're living in false reality where people want to get taken on vacations, and when they ain't on, you know what I mean, they ain't been on vacation on their own money, they want to use somebody else's money to go on vacation. From what? I don't know. They ain't got jobs. I don't know why they need a vacation. You know, when we live in a society work, they value money but don't want to make it. You know, they want to use somebody else's money. You know, you get put in a situation where people have mental health issues and you don't know enough about your partner. Like, this is something that has clearly been happening for a while. So what type of man, you know, and this is my opinion, what type of man is allowing this to happen and then recording it? You know what I mean? Like, and he's got multiple videos. So it's like, you're now you're enabling this girl. I don't know if she's doing this for attention. I don't know if it's to manipulate him not to leave her. I don't know. But it just seems off and it seems wrong. And we all know this is not conducive to a healthy relationship. You know? Especially in society now where domestic violence is highlighted, period. You know, and men in general are the target. Women can beat a man to the ground and she still might not go to jail. If I beat a woman to the ground, I'm going to jail.
Zilla, I've been saying this to the woman today, Zilla, and I said it has to be on film. If it's not on film, did it happen? Zilla, unless a woman is on film with a sharp object and she is like makes contact with you or is running towards you, or unless she has a weapon in her hand and she is pointing it at you and or fires off the weapon, there is no justification for you putting your hands on her, Zilla. And like I said to everyone in chat, we do not condone that. We do not condone that. Okay. All I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, is that there's a lot of men out here that they experience domestic violence from their women consistently, and they're just a walking crockpot, Zilla. With that one time that they blow up, their whole life is ruined. But it doesn't matter that they've been going through that like for so long now. The woman has been abusing and physically, mentally, emotionally. The woman has been abusing them for so long now, but it don't matter. Don't matter.
I write something about saying what kind of guy that is part of the problem. I don't think so. I think that as a man, you have to know your boundaries and how a person can treat and conduct themselves around you personally. But, you know, that's because people don't be, you know, everybody in search of being in love and dealing with a woman and, you know, or man or whatever. And man, fix yourself, man. Get yourself together. All this trauma and this domestic violence and this illness that we keep seeing in these relationships that's getting put on these platforms and people watching it and having people like ourselves sitting here and having dialogue about it. At the end of the day, I'm not going to deal with no traumatic woman. I'm not going to deal with no woman with abuse issues. I'm not going to deal with no that can't provide for herself. None of that stuff. So I don't want to hear all this giving people a shot and a chance and accepting them for their trauma and drama. Absolutely not. We grown. We ain't in high school. You ain't got to sit together. Keep it moving. And when you get it together, if I'm around, I'll deal with you. Otherwise, you know what I'm saying, chuck the deuces and find you somebody to rock with you like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's me. For real. I agree with everything you said. Bro. That's why we had these conversations, though, because, bro, some of these women need to see stuff from the man's perspective. They need to see things from the other perspective. And I'm like, I tell them, I understand as a woman if you can't, but that's why I'm here to tell you, like, yo, just look at it from this perspective. Let me explain it to you. Let me make it make sense to you. Because, you know, we need to have these conversations, bro. Yeah. It's so crazy to me, Zilla, how you and I and everyone else, we don't know these people. We don't know anything about their relationship. but there's women that'll definitively say that this is actually what's going on. But like you said, if it was the other way around, that wouldn't be your point of reference. That wouldn't be your opinion.
Nope.
It don't make sense.
The variable is only favorable to women when they can, whether they can identify with the trauma or the action or whatever. They can always put themselves in the shoes of the victim, right? But when it comes to a man, they can't get in her mind and be like, oh, well, maybe he conducted himself that way because he was fearful, or I can understand why he did what he did. It's never that. It's always
right.
What
That's what I say.
He did something. He's not. He can't. That's nice of a guy. It's always just picking when it comes to a man. But a woman gets every benefit of the doubt. She can't have done anything wrong. It's like, oh, she's hitting herself. He must have triggered it in her or something. Maybe he hit her before and now she can't control herself. We don't know. We don't know the variables. All we know is we've seen somebody conduct in a terrible way, and it could have had a terrible effect on everyone else. To the point now where we're having a conversation and women have their line drawn in the sand and men have their line drawn in the sand, and we keep walking over and walking back and forth. And unfortunately, we may never get to the same common ground because of our upbringings.
Yeah.
But
we not, bro. Like, first of all, some of us is way too far gone, bro. I don't think it's gonna be a day in time, bro, where especially in our community, where men is gonna be calling a woman like authority on a woman, bro. I don't see that happening. Like, it's what I put stuff like this to like racism, bro. Racism, there's never gonna be a time where we just gonna be all equal as people and respect each other. Like, no, racism always gonna exist, bro. Like, it's not gonna be a time where men gonna be calling authority on a woman consistently, bro. And it be looked at the same way. It's not gonna happen.
No, it's not, because it's always a weakness when it comes to us not putting down and being assertive and putting our manhood on the line by actually doing what we need to do as men in a situation like that. The manly thing to do is crazy, is to walk away or allow yourself to get hit by a woman. That's the woman thing to do. Because I know that when I get slapped by a woman, I'm supposed to just take it, right? That's take it. The thing is to do. Walk away with a blood out. But yet, when I hit a woman, she supposed to fall out and be dead, act like I just tried to kill her.
Damn.
Right?
Oh, but
we equal, right? Women make more money, black men, and all this other stuff. All right? We equal until these biases start coming up. Then we start gauging in different ways. Now, all of a sudden, because I'm stronger than you, it matters. But when you make more money than me, it matters. So in different directions. I know that ain't what we're talking about, but I'm just saying, like, there's so many things that women want to be women about, and then they want to be men about, but then when it's time to be a man, they want to be back a woman. I'm just trying to understand.
Bro, I feel you. Hey, hold on real quick. Hold on. Hey, Sam, I want to make you the last person I talk to, Sam. Sam, if you can go on my profile right now, Sam, and watch my latest unpinned video, and then come back and let's discuss it, Sam. Watch my last unpinned post. Vibrant, if you want to come in here and speak on this real quick, you can, Vibrant. Guys, I told y'all about Zilla, man. Yeah, ladies, do not go to Zilla's profile, okay? Your feelings might be.
Why? It's the truth.
I know it's the truth, but the truth don't matter, bro, when it comes to women.
Look, they be thinking I'm attacking all women. I be specific when I talk. They hear one phrase and think I'll be like, listen, comprehension skills. I know y'all got high school diplomas, but for those of us who got college degrees and master's degrees and all those things, you'll understand collective. You know what I mean?
Right.
Respect words and saying I say to engage people, and they don't understand until it's too late. Like, damn, he didn't really generalize everything. He did really just about a specific person, but they be too late. They be too far gone by then.
Oh my gosh.
But look, I'm the right one though. I'll be having time. So whenever they want to do what they trying to do, I'll be having time. So it don't matter to me. I'm about all that. I'm about
ladies,
all of it.
I told you. What you say, Turn Up? You said Zilla next live with your mother, please do. What you saying, Turn Up? Okay, Vibrant, come in here. Y'all, I'm about to go get a bottle of water. I'll be right back, y'all. I'll be right back. Y'all read the screen.
We can even read this. Let's see. Man, I don't nothing. Somebody said no standards, man. Are fine.
My man Zilla be on your ass, man.
Somebody put standards for men are too high.
What?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. They are writing, talking to each other. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I don't care.
Funny, because all kids want to be adults until they're adults, and they want. That's facts. Tick 936. Funny, because all kids want to be adults until they're adults, and then they want to be kids again. That's facts. That's facts.
But hey, it is what it is. I think that trauma in our communities goes it just goes unrecorded because from a man's perspective, we know that a woman's not going to look at us as a viable man in a relationship. We just know there isn't. And for a woman, they know that if they cry and show us their trauma and abuse, some men think it's sexy. Maybe they want to be Captain Save-A-Hole, or maybe they want to come and take her trauma and make it all better for her. There's some men that'll do that. I'm not going to do that. They'll do that. They'll see value in a woman that would abuse and trauma and all that. That's on them. But all I'm saying is that as individuals, fix what you have wrong with yourself. Then you don't have to see stuff like this. Then we don't have to. Everybody's here. Everybody's getting themselves together. This is preventable. Very much preventable.
100% preventable. But Zilla, my thing, Zilla, I just want to bring. If you can record it. But it would be best. Sam, can you get on a live right now? Zilla, my thing is I just want to bring awareness, bro. I just want to bring awareness to what men go through out here too, bro. And let's not minimize it though. Let's not minimize it because it's a man. Let's treat it the same way we would treat it if it was, the other way around. That's my whole thing.
But we have to prove our trauma. They don't have to prove it. Their perceived trauma is weighs more than our actual physical trauma. If a woman yells and cusses me out, I can't be like, oh, that's abuse. So they're gonna be like, damn, bro, you can't. She cussed and yelled at you. That hurt your feelings. But if I cuss a woman out, yell at her, that's abuse. That's verbal abuse.
Don't you dare. Yeah, don't you dare.
Come on, man.
Zilla, I appreciate you, brother. Hey, Zilla, when the weather start getting better, we gonna link up, bro.
Man.
Zilla, my guy Zilla in Minnesota. We gonna link up, bro.
Yeah, I'll be out, man. Just hit me up, bro.
All right, brother. I'll hit you.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.